Peace and love, family. Welcome to the Hope, helping our people elevate. For our new viewers, this is a channel where we celebrate our history, empower our people, and inspire for positive change. To the returning viewers, welcome back to the movement. Today, we're going to dive into political leaders and revolutionary leaders that were born in January. People who understood that unity was the cornerstone of our progress. The generations before us endured unimaginable struggles, yet they recognized the power of standing together as one. As we honor their legacies, let's reflect on how today's generation must unite to continue to fight for justice and empowerment. Let's get started. Peace and love, family.
On behalf of Akuno Senko for Bay, you know what I'm saying? Jay, where you at? We're trying to help our people elevate. Hope. H-O-P-E. We're giving them hope. We doing what we gotta do, you know. Every day, one step at a time, man. We gonna make it happen. Helping our people elevate. Yeah. Sometimes I practice focus, thought, and meditate. I'm trying to come with other ways to help our people elevate and seeking knowledge, make me levitate. The lifted mental state is what results from how we orchestrate. This for the family's sake. Let's self-reflect and self-evaluate. And every day, make sure the steps you take, you calculate. Receive a master's fate. I know I can't exist without the hate, but that's okay. I balance that with higher self today. Success is on this way, and after that, my flesh can pass away.
Leaders with January birthdays. January is a month that celebrates the legacy of numerous black political and revolutionary leaders whose work transformed civil rights, black empowerment, and social justice. Leaders like Martin Luther King, whose birthday is honored nationwide, laid the foundation for nonviolent resistance and systematic change during the civil rights movement. Others such as Stokely Carmichael championed black power and Pan-African solidarity, inspiring a global movement for self-determination. The month also reflects on trailblazers like Angela Davis, known for her fight against mass incarceration and systematic oppression. Collectively, these leaders represent diverse strategies from grassroots organizing and revolutionary thought to legislative reform that challenge systems of inequality. Their works galvanize movements, redefine what empowerment looks like, and continues to inspire new generations in the fight for justice and liberation. Highlighting their January birthdays underscores the enduring impact of their visions and actions in shaping a more equitable world. Noble Ali, born January 8, 1886, he passed July 20th, 1929. Some of his key contributions: he was the founder of the Moorish Science Temple in 1926. Noble Ali advocated for African Americans to identify as Moor or Moorish American rather than Black, Negro, and Colored. Noble Ali's teaching directly influenced leaders like Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X. His impact: Noble Ali provided the framework for Black Americans to reconnect with their heritage that installed pride, dignity, and a sense of purpose. The Moorish Science Temple of America laid the foundation for other religious organizations and national movements, playing a critical role in shaping the broader struggle for civil rights and cultural recognition. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., born January 15th, 1929, he passed April 4th, 1968. Some of his key contributions: he was the leader of the civil rights movement. He was a pivotal figure in the desegregation and voting rights through nonviolent resistance. He was instrumental in the Montgomery bus boycott and the 1963 March on Washington, delivering the iconic I Have a Dream speech. Some of his impacts was that he helped pass the Civil Rights Act in 1964 and the Voting Rights Act in 1965, and he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. Angela Davis, she was born January 26, 1944, and she is still presently with us. Some of her key contributions was that she was an activist, scholar, and author. She was a member of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense and Communist Party. She was an advocate for prison abolition, women's rights, and racial justice. Some of her key impacts were that she was a symbol of a global fight against systematic oppression. Her trial in the 1970s galvanized international movements for justice. Bayard Rustin, he was born January 17, 1912. He passed August 24th, 1987. His key contribution was that he organized the 1963 March on Washington. He was the mentor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and he advocated for nonviolent protests and LGBT rights. Some of his key impacts were that he ensured the success of the civil rights movement's most significant events, fought for social justice across racial and sexual identities. George Washington Carver, also born January 1st, 1864, he passed January 5th, 1943. Some of his key contributions that he revolutionized agriculture with his works on crop rotation and alternative crops like peanuts and sweet potatoes. He promoted self-sufficiency for black farmers in the South through innovative farming techniques. His key impact is that he helped transform agricultural practices and uplift poor black communities economically. So he was one of the major impacts on the black farming in our communities during his time frames while we had so much land and we were into farming and agriculture. Brother Muhammad Ali, he was born January 17, 1942. He passed June 3rd, 2016. Some of his key contributions, he used his fame as a boxer to speak out against racial injustice in the Vietnam War. He became a symbol of black pride and the empowerment through his association with the Nation of Islam and later as a global humanitarian. He refused to be drafted into the Vietnam War, sacrificing his career temporarily to stand for his beliefs. His key impact is that he redefined activism in sports and remains an enduring symbol of courage, defiance, and humanitarianism. John Lewis, born January 21st, 1940, he passed July 17th, 2020. His key contributions, he was the leader of the Students' Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. He was a key figure in the Freedom Rides and Selma's Bloody Sunday. His key impact is that he helped pass the Voting Rights Act of 1965. He served as a U.S. Congressman for over 30 years, advocating for human rights and social justice. Benjamin Lawson Hooks, born January 31st, 1925, he passed April 15, 2010. His key contributions were that he was an executive director of the NAACP. He fought for the economic empowerment, civil rights, and equal employment opportunity. His key impact is that he strengthened the NAACP during a critical time, expanding its reach and relevance. Haile Selassie, born January 23rd, 1892, he passed August 27, 1975. His key contributions that he was Emperor of Ethiopia, the symbol of anti-colonial resistance. He fought against Italian fascism during the 1930s. His key impact is that he revered as a symbol of Pan-Africanism and resistance. He is a significant figure in the Rastafarianism and African community. Stokely Carmichael, also known as Kwame Ture, born January 29, 1941, he passed November 15, 1998. His key contributions that he was the leader of the SNCC, originator of the Black Power slogan, and he was a prominent figure of the Pan-African and civil rights movements. His key impact is that he influenced the shift from nonviolence to black self-determination. He was a key figure in international liberation struggles. Zora Neale Hurston, born January 7, 1891, she passed January 28, 1960. Her key contributions, though she was primarily a writer, Hurston's works focused on black cultural identity, empowerment, influencing revolutionary thought. Her key impact was her contributions to the Harlem Renaissance and the anthropological studies of black lives helped preserve African American history and identity. January Revolutionary Legacies, Black Leaders Who Changed the World. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was an advocate for nonviolent resistance, leader of the Civil Rights Movement. As I said, he won a Nobel Peace Prize. Stokely Carmichael, or Kwame Ture, a proponent of the Black Power slogan, Pan-African revolutionary leader, and he was organizer for the SNCC. Angela Davis, activist for prison abolition and social justice, a member of the Black Panther Party for self-defense, an icon for resistance against systematic oppression. Bayard Rustin, strategist for the March of 1963 on Washington, and an advocate for the LGBT and civil rights communities. And the time is always right to do what is right. I want to say I thank y'all for watching today's episode of Hope, helping our people elevate. The leaders we discussed today remind us that unity is not just a concept, but it is a necessity. Our ancestors suffered, yet they band together to fight for freedom, dignity, and equality. Today, we must carry that torch and strengthen the bonds within our community. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and share to spread the word. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to join the movement. To our returning viewers, thank you for staying committed. Together we will keep building. Until next time, let's stay united, let's stay inspired, and let's continue to elevate. Peace and love, family.